December in the UK is a month of anticipation, festive markets, family gatherings, and, of course, the weather. As the days grow shorter and the nights draw in, the atmosphere across the country shifts. Streets glow with twinkling lights, and the air is filled with the scent of mulled wine and roasting chestnuts. But beneath the festive cheer, there's always one topic on everyone's lips. What will the weather do next? The dream of a white Christmas is a national obsession, even though it's rare. Each year, we hope for that magical moment when snowflakes start to fall, transforming familiar streets into a winter wonderland. For many, the idea of waking up to a blanket of snow on Christmas morning is the ultimate festive wish, even if, in reality, it happens only once every few years. The weather shapes our plans, from travel to whether the kids can build a snowman. It decides if we'll be bundling up for a brisk walk or staying indoors with hot chocolate. It can mean a joyful day of sledging, or a stressful scramble to clear the driveway before work. Every December, families across the UK adjust their traditions and routines based on the latest forecast. The Christmas Day forecast is the most watched of the year. People gather around the TV or check their phones, eager for any hint of snow or sunshine. It's a tradition in itself, one that sparks excitement, debate, and sometimes disappointment, as we all try to predict what the big day will bring. A mild December means easier travel and lower heating bills, but it can feel gloomy. The endless drizzle and gray skies are familiar companions, making the festive lights seem even more important to lift our spirits. For some, the lack of snow is a relief. For others, it's a letdown. A cold, snowy December brings magic but also disruption. Closed roads, higher costs. There's a sense of adventure when the snow falls thick and fast, but it can quickly turn to frustration as travel grinds to a halt and heating bills soar. Still, many wouldn't trade the beauty of a snowy landscape for anything. This year, December 2025, looks especially interesting. With so much uncertainty in the forecast, everyone's watching the skies and checking updates more than ever. Will it be a December to remember? Forecasters expect a split, mild and wet to start, with a chance of much colder weather closer to Christmas. Early December may bring rain and damp, but as the month goes on, the potential for frost and even snow increases. The big question is, will the cold arrive in time for Christmas? It's a classic battle, mild Atlantic air versus cold from the north and east. These weather systems clash above our heads, creating unpredictable conditions. Sometimes, the Atlantic wins, bringing rain and wind. Other times, the cold air pushes through, setting the stage for snow. The outcome could mean anything from rain to a rare blanket of snow. Each day brings new possibilities, and the excitement builds as we get closer to Christmas. This video will break down what to expect each week. We'll look at the latest forecasts, the chances of snow, and how the weather could affect your plans. Will we get that magical white Christmas, or just another soggy holiday? Let's find out together, as we explore the possibilities for December's weather and what it could mean for your festive season. The first week of December 2025 kicks off with classic UK weather, mild, wet, and windy. Atlantic air keeps temperatures above average, so you won't need your thickest coat yet. Instead, grab a waterproof jacket. Rain and cloud will be frequent, especially in the west and north. Low-pressure systems dominate, bringing unsettled conditions and gusty winds. Scotland might see the first hints of colder air, with a dusting of snow on the highest peaks. For most, though, snow is far from our minds. It's all about wind and rain. The jet stream powers these systems, keeping things unsettled. Expect gray skies, soggy ground, and the occasional flood warning. It's not the crisp winter scene we hope for, more a continuation of November's gloom. Keep your umbrella handy and your plans flexible. This is a standard start to a UK winter, but change is on the horizon. The second week of December brings subtle but important shifts. The south stays mild and damp, but forecasters are watching the north for signs of change. High pressure starts building near Greenland and Scandinavia, blocking Atlantic storms. This could allow cold air from the Arctic or Siberia to creep in, especially for Scotland and northern England. Winds may turn colder, with sharper frosts and a wintry feel in the north. The UK becomes a battleground. Mild Atlantic air in the south, cold, continental air in the north. It's a transitional week, with the ingredients for colder weather assembling. The stage is set for a dramatic shift as Christmas approaches. The real weather battle is about to begin. By the third week, the weather battle intensifies. A strong blocking high to the north halts the Atlantic's mild wet air. The UK sits between clashing air masses, mild from the southwest, cold from the northeast. Where they meet, expect rain, sleet, or even snow. The battleground's position will shift, making forecasts tricky. For the first time, snow risk rises for areas beyond the Scottish mountains. Northern England, Scotland, and higher ground in Wales and the Midlands could see disruptive snow and ice. Frosty nights become common, and the dream of a white Christmas feels more possible. Weather could change quickly, keep an eye on the forecast. The excitement and uncertainty builds as Christmas nears. Will the cold win out? The final week of December brings the highest chance for a cold, snowy spell. Blocking high pressure steers cold air from Europe or the Arctic across the UK. Temperatures drop below average, setting the stage for wintry weather. The official White Christmas only requires a single snowflake to fall on the 25th. If Atlantic moisture meets the cold air, a significant snow event is possible, but forecasting snow is tricky. Dry air or a last-minute Atlantic surge could turn snow to rain. Scotland and northern hills have the best chance, but this year, snow could reach further south. The odds of a White Christmas are higher than usual, but nothing is guaranteed. Either way, expect a cold, frosty festive week. So bundle up. To really get a handle on December's forecast, it's important to understand the tug-of-war between high and low pressure systems. These invisible forces in the atmosphere shape everything from gentle breezes to wild winter storms, and they're the reason our weather can change so quickly. When low pressure takes over, the weather often turns unsettled and stormy. Rising air in these systems cools and condenses, forming thick clouds that can bring heavy rain, sleet, or even snow, especially in the colder months. That's why low pressure is often linked to gray skies and wet, blustery days. Most of our low-pressure systems arrive from the Atlantic Ocean, sweeping in with strong winds and spinning anti-clockwise as they move across the UK. These systems can bring rapid changes in temperature and precipitation, making the weather feel unpredictable. High pressure, on the other hand, is the calm to the storm's chaos. Here, air sinks and warms, leading to clear skies, gentle breezes, and settled conditions. It's the reason for those crisp, blue sky days when the world feels still and quiet. In winter, high pressure can bring beautiful sunny days, but it also means the nights can turn bitterly cold. With little cloud cover to trap warmth, frost forms easily, and temperatures can plunge well below freezing, leaving fields and trees sparkling in the morning light. Sometimes, a blocking high sets up shop over Scandinavia or Greenland. This stubborn high-pressure system acts like a wall, refusing to budge for days or even weeks. It can dramatically alter the weather across Europe, including the UK. When this happens, it blocks the usual parade of Atlantic storms and instead allows cold, dry air to sweep in from the north or east. This can lead to sharp winds, icy mornings, and a real chill in the air, sometimes even bringing snow from the continent. For late December 2025, forecasters are watching this pattern closely. The models suggest a blocking high could dominate, setting the stage for a colder, drier spell as we head into the festive season. The outcome will depend on which system wins out, the wet, mild Atlantic lows or the cold, frosty highs. This ongoing battle will decide whether we see rain, frost, or even a blanket of snow. Understanding how these pressure systems interact is key to making sense of the forecast and planning for the weeks ahead. This December, the presence of a blocking high could be the game changer, tipping the balance toward a classic wintry scene. Will it hold strong enough to deliver a white winter na? Standard study noctur white quarter ma. Andrea Kuchomen in da only time will tell, but the stage is set for a dramatic weather showdown. Weather forecasts today are built on the backbone of powerful computer models, not just educated guesswork or intuition. These models are the result of decades of scientific research and technological advancement, allowing meteorologists to simulate the atmosphere with incredible detail. Every day, supercomputers crunch vast amounts of data, from satellite imagery to ground observations, to predict how weather systems will evolve. For example, the GFS model, one of the most widely used global forecasting systems, is currently predicting a mild and wet start to December across the UK. But as the month progresses, it suggests a significant shift. Colder air could move in, and high pressure may block milder Atlantic systems, opening the door to wintry conditions. However, relying on a single model run can be misleading. Weather is chaotic, and small changes in initial conditions can lead to very different outcomes. That's why forecasters use ensembles, running the same model dozens of times with slight tweaks to the starting data. This helps them understand the range of possible scenarios and the likelihood of each. Most ensemble runs currently point to a generally mild December, but a notable minority hint at a much colder, possibly snowy spell towards the end of the month. This spread in outcomes is what makes long-range forecasting so challenging and so fascinating. Another crucial factor is sudden stratospheric warming, or SSW. This is a dramatic event where temperatures high above the North Pole suddenly spike, disrupting the usual flow of the jet stream and often triggering unusual weather patterns at the surface. When SSW occurs, it can send cold Arctic air plunging southwards, sometimes resulting in prolonged cold and snowy spells for the UK. Past events have brought some of the most memorable winter weather in recent years. This year, there are early signs of a minor SSW developing, which could support the colder outlook suggested by some model runs. Meteorologists are watching this closely, as even a minor SSW can tip the balance toward wintry weather. The Madden-Julian Oscillation, or MJO, is another global weather driver. As it moves into a phase that encourages blocking highs over Europe, it increases the odds of cold air settling over the UK, rather than being swept away by milder Atlantic winds. Taken together, all these signals, model ensembles, SSW, and the MJO, point to a real possibility of a cold, wintry end to December. The ingredients for snow are certainly present, even if the recipe isn't guaranteed. Of course, no model is perfect. Forecasts this far ahead are always on a knife edge, and small changes can have big impacts. But for those hoping for a white Christmas, there's genuine reason for cautious optimism this year. The forecast remains finely balanced. Anything could happen as we approach the festive season. So stay tuned as the models update and the picture becomes clearer in the days leading up to Christmas. UK weather is shaped by global patterns, not just local changes. La Niña in the Pacific often brings colder blocked winters to northern Europe. This year, La Niña is in play. Another clue for a chilly December. The North Atlantic Oscillation, NAO, and Arctic Oscillation, AO, are trending negative, favoring cold air and blocking highs. Sea temperatures in the Atlantic show a pattern linked to more blocking and cold spells. All these signals, La Niña, negative NAO, AO, and Atlantic sea temperatures, point to a higher chance of a cold, snowy second half of December. None guarantee a white Christmas, but they stack the odds in favor of a proper winter spell. The global setup is primed for a dramatic shift. Will it deliver the winter many hope for? We'll soon see. December 2025 in the UK is a tale of two halves. The first half, mild, wet and windy. Classic British winter with snow only on Scotland's highest peaks. The second half, a dramatic shift as blocking high pressure opens the door to cold air from the north and east. The result? A weather battleground with rising risks of frost, ice and snow. The odds of a white Christmas are higher than in recent years, but nothing is certain. At the very least, expect a cold, frosty, festive period. December won't be simply mild or cold, it's a month of transition. Start with your umbrella, end with your winter coat and gloves. The forecast is dynamic and exciting, perfect for weather watchers. Get ready. Winter could arrive just in time for Christmas.